Sylvester Stallone performs dramatic U-turn after being called out by Jake Paul for comments on Mike Tyson fight. Sylvester Stallone has issued a public apology after being called out by Jake Paul on social media. The divisive YouTuber turned boxer recently picked up the biggest win of his 11-1 boxing career as he outpointed former undisputed heavyweight champion Mike Tyson at AT&T Stadium in Texas on November 15. Even though Iron Mike is 58 years of age and 3 decades older than his comeback opponent, some fans were surprised that he was unable to knock out Jake Paul with the power shots that made him famous. Stallone was one of them, but the Rocky actor overstepped with his comments on the controversial fight. Sylvester Stallone changes his stance on Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Stallone took to Instagram to voice his opinions on the clash that attracted 60 million people to Netflix. Just to set my personal record straight, he wrote alongside several of him with Mike Tyson. Business is business. Sometimes you have to do hard things and sacrifice for the sake of helping your family. I have known this unbelievable athlete since he's 19 years old, and what we saw was him giving one of the great Oscar-winning performances of all time. Please, Jake, be grateful. He spared your life. Trust me. Keep punching, Mike. There will never be a man like you, a gladiator like you, and a soul like you. Keep punching, champion of champions. I remember once I bumped into him and thought I was hit by a runaway bulldozer. Stallone's post went viral and prompted an angry reaction from Jake Paul, who replied, "Always looked up to you as kid, but now you are a spreader of lies against my name. Sad to see you fall. Maybe it's all the plastic surgery." 5 days later, Stallone edited the post, retracted his initial statement, and issued an apology for his comments. He wrote, "Just to set my personal record straight, upon second viewing, the best man won that night. My apologies. Keep punching." Jake Paul's team issues statement on fictitious claims about Mike Tyson fight. Jake Paul's entire combat sports career has been dogged by unfounded claims about rigged fights and imaginary contract clauses that detract from his achievements. Vicious rumors about his fight with Mike Tyson continue to do the rounds on social media. On Monday, Paul's company, Most Valuable Promotions, issued an official statement addressing the fictitious claims that undermine the integrity of the Paul versus Tyson fight. It read, "Following the wide circulation of incorrect and baseless claims that undermine the integrity of the Paul versus Tyson event, Most Valuable Promotions, MVP, would like to set the record straight regarding the contractual agreements and the nature of the fight. Rigging a professional boxing match is a federal crime in the United States of America. Paul versus Tyson was a professional match sanctioned by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulations, TDLR. Both fighters in good faith performed to the best of their abilities with the goal of winning the fight. There were absolutely no restrictions, contractual or otherwise, around either fighter. Each boxer was able to use his full arsenal to win the fight. Any agreement to the contrary would violate TDLR boxing rules. Trash talk and speculation are common in sports, and athletes and promoters need to tolerate nonsensical commentary, jokes, and opinions. But suggesting anything other than full effort from these fighters is not only naive, but an insult to the work they put into their craft and to the sport itself. It is further illogical and inane that MVP, in the debut of a hopeful long-term partnership with the world's biggest streamer, an organization that made its first ever foray into live professional sports with Paul versus Tyson, would even so much as consider such a perverse violation of the rules of competition.